Welcome. I'm David. I'm Lindsay. And this is Desmonds Donders.
Welcome to Desmonds Donders. As we approach, I'll stop, I'll park up for the next 4 days. Now, don't be misled by the weather, those blue skies and fluffy white clouds. Most of the video you'll see today was shot in the first day and a half of the visit. Then the weather turned. It was grey, it was windy, it was dreary. It was so bad that we had to go home early. Yes, we left here early and headed home. But that's all the drama for this one. Let's take a look around Findlater Castle, the Doocot, and talk about the ghost. And there's new information about the place in this one. Well, many of you may recognise that view. And as I swing round to bring a landmark into view, there it is. We're at Findlater Castle. I've run away. Lindsay will join me Friday night. And although we've been from many times before, hopefully we've got new information to bring you about the place. Yeah, looking across in the opposite direction, away from the castle and the Doocot, just looking across the countryside to show you both the car park and the farmland surrounding. Car park's empty, bar me and one car. Right, time to go and see the Doocot and the castle. And I hope you enjoy our trip to Findlater. The Doocot at Findlater dates from the 16th century and is a Category A listed building and is of rubble construction and limewashed. The protruding stone bands at intervals are to discourage rats from getting inside. The Doocot is associated with Findlater Castle about half a mile away. It is a beehive Doocot, the oldest type, and contains some 700 nesting boxes, each measuring about 15 centimetres by 15 centimetres by 36 centimetres. The boxes start about 45 centimetres off the floor and taper up to the top, where there was an opening through which the birds could come and go. A ladder on a pivoting stone in the centre of the Doocot gave access to the nest boxes. Doocot is the Scottish word for dovecote. A pigeon is called a doo, and doos are semi-domesticated rock doves, the ancestors of the common feral pigeons found in towns. The doves were used for food and their droppings for fertilizer. There is a belief that the destruction of a doocot would be followed within the year by the death of a family member. And a little later on we have a story of the Findlater ghost. As far as castles go, the location of Findlater is impressive, perched not just on but in a rocky outcrop on the Moray coast, accessible only by a long narrow path with sheer drops on either side. Drawbridges once made the crossing this path easier, but these have of course long gone. A castle has stood on the site since Viking times, with the name Findlater coming from the Norse words Finn, meaning white, and Lita, meaning cliff, which relates to the local quartz rock which can give exposed cliffs a white experience. The earliest record of the castle is from 1246, with it being fortified in the 1260s by King Alexander III in preparation for an expected attack along the Moray coast by King Håkon IV of Norway, Although it is believed the Norsemen took and occupied the castle before their ultimate defeat at the Battle of Largs, no records are held relating to the castle from this time. The structure that remains today was built in the 14th century for Sir John Sinclair. Although this belief is based on the design of the castle being similar to Roslin Castle, the seat of the Sinclair family. The first documented records were from 1455, when King James II granted permission to Sir Walter Ogilvy for the castle to be extended and the defences strengthened. As mentioned, access to the castle is via a cliff-top pathway with 2 deep natural trenches, where drawbridges once aided the crossing, and with the castle sitting approximately 50 feet above the surrounding shoreline, it is difficult to imagine that work that went into any construction. While the castle may have initially been designed to protect against overseas invaders, it was the internal battles for power in Scotland that would bring the most notable attack on its walls. The Ogilvy family clashed over loyalties to Mary, Queen of Scots, with Sir Alexander Ogilvy, finally disinheriting his son James and passing the castle to Sir John Gordon, the son of the Earl of Huntly. James Ogilvy, however, held considerable influence in the monarchy, and knowing the Gordon family were rebelling against Queen Mary's authority, he convinced her to visit the castle. She was refused entry and as a response ordered her army to besiege the castle. Although the castle defences held, the Gordon family were eventually defeated at the Battle of Corrich, and John Gordon was charged with treason and beheaded, following which the castle was returned to the Ogilvys. The fate of the castle was however sealed in the 1600s. The Ogilvy family moved to a nearby Cullen house which provided far more comfortable accommodation, and the castle was abandoned. Although there are several reported hauntings connected to the castle, it is from this sudden departure and the building being left to decay that the most common ghost story is told, and it's originated by the locals. It is said that a nanny was caring for one of her infant sons of the Ogle family, and she comforted him to sleep in her arms. She took him to a window to get some sea air. The child, however, acted excitedly to the open air and wriggled in the nanny's arms, causing her to lose her grip, and he fell to the sea below. The nanny desperately tried to grab him, and in doing so lost her balance and fell from the window herself. A ghostly figure is reported to still be seen to this day, wandering the ruins looking for the child she lost. Thank you for watching Desmonds Donders. And remember, please take nothing but memories and leave nothing but tracks. Please subscribe and ring the bell for notifications, and hopefully we'll see you next time.